All right, welcome to week 8 here at Grant High School Stadium. The Cougars coming off a 2-game road trip. I'm glad to be back with you. I'm Chad James. With me is the coach, Thomas Laborde. Coach had it to himself last week. How you doing tonight?
Good. I have someone to talk to.
You don't have to do it all by yourself.
Someone to bounce some jokes off of and commentary. But I'm excited to be back in Cougar Stadium for tonight's game.
It's nice to be home because when we're on the road, we never know what the facilities are like.
We've been on the roof.
On the roof, press boxes, and it's nice to be back in our home place. We got in the confines of our booth, and folks can hear the Cougars entrance music as they're getting ready to take the field tonight against District 24A opponent, Franklin Parish. And man, do they have an opponent tonight. The Franklin Parish Patriots are in first place in District 24A, and they are also ranked number 5 in the state. And so the Cougars have got a task ahead of them here tonight, but I know Coach Felton's got the boys ready to play. Coach, you know, we talked a little bit on the coaches show about some of the folks on the Patriot football team. They got quite a few.
Oh boy, they've got a few committed to Division I universities, including our LSU Tigers.
Yeah.
But we've got our own guys that I think next year are going to be be those guys that are going to have those big time offers, especially Ahmad Sykes. Ahmad now, I'd have to look at the book, but I think he's leading the state in rushing touchdowns at 29, closing in on breaking 30, and closing in on 2,000 yards rushing.
That's quite an accomplishment. I mean, Ahmad's just a junior. He's got a whole other season of football to play. Ahmad had a little bit of a nasty hit the other night in Wasserman, and so he'll be wearing a Guardian cap here tonight. For the folks at home that are watching, the Cougars are getting ready to do all the pregame festivities, and we're going to pause for just a moment as the color guard comes out, and we'll be having an opening prayer.
I'll see.
Welcome back to Grant Cougar Stadium, week number 8. As you can see, the captains are coming out to the middle of the field for the coin toss. Big district matchup here tonight against Franklin Parish Patriots from Winsboro, Louisiana. Franklin Parish is currently number 1 in our district, and for good reason. They're a very good football team. But these boys are ready to play here tonight.
That's probably our last time playing the Franklin Parish Patriots for some time.
Yeah, you may want to elaborate on that a little bit, Coach.
You know, I think we talked about it on the coaches show. The reclassification. You know, Grant at 512 students will be more than I think it is official. They'll be going to 3A.
Yeah.
Franklin Parish was about 900. You know, almost another Grant tucked in there. We'll be staying up, so exciting. Very good football team. You know, I hope the seniors can lead us to victory, but a lot of positives can be taken from this game.
Yep.
And you hope to see the younger guys. Man, you know, could you ask for a better opportunity to put on tape, you know, against guys committed to LSU, Michigan State, Texas State, to compete against? What an opportunity for them.
Oh yeah, I mean, to see where you stack up. I don't know if the folks could see at home, but Franklin Parish did win the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Cougars will be receiving the opening kickoff. Talking a little bit about the new district that Grant will be going into, they'll be back in district with the likes of Gina and Bunkie,
Marksville and Buckeye.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're excited about that, but Coach Felton's got his eyes on finishing this year strong.
Yep.
They feel like they can steal one. I mean, their 3 best opponents are these this week, next week, and then the week after. Franklin Parish, West Washita, and Tioga. And, you know, their mindset is take it each week at a time. Cougars fighting to get into the playoffs for a 3rd consecutive year.
That's something, you know, Coach, we touched on that a little bit. That's something historically just did
never
not
happened. It might have happened if I not had went to Ash. We had done it 2 years before I left, but no. You just want that continuity of the culture that this is a playoff team year in and year out. You know, you'd like to see that.
Cougars about to get it underway here tonight. Ahmad Sykes standing back at about the 14-yard line.
Ahmad in a maroon Guardian cap. In case our viewers, they're becoming a little more popular. Oh, nope, can't do that.
Got a fall on that football.
Dante Rubin.
Dante, I believe, was a little bit, had running in his mind before he secured that kickoff. I don't know if he would have got a whole lot.
Sophomore, isn't he?
He is a sophomore, that is correct. Dante Rubin, young man, plays wide receiver here for the Cougars. Good-looking young man. Still got couple more years of football left here.
So many young Cougars, Chad, that, you know, you get excited about the future.
Cougar offense taking the field. Senior Miles Futrell at quarterback. Ahmad, as you can see in that maroon Guardian
They're coming on a blitz. They need to. Man, if he could have got the ball down here to Keith McKinney, he might still be running. Cornerback blitz there by Franklin Parish.
Franklin Parish starting out with a little bit of pressure here on these Cougars. No gain on the play. Miles just keeping it himself. 2nd down and 10. Miles looking to throw. He's going to have to get rid of it quick. He's got pressure breathing down his neck, and he's going to be sacked for a loss.
You know, they've got to get him a hot route. Franklin Parish is going to be sending the house just about every play, it looks like.
He was looking near side. I don't know if he was looking for it and didn't see it. I didn't even notice the coverage down here. I was watching the quarterback.
It looked like some long developing routes. I don't know if the Cougars are going to have time to run those. It's going to have to be quick hitters tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have some pressure coming at them here tonight.
They've sent 3 just about every play. Here comes another blitz.
And he's going to be sacked.
I don't even know what they were trying to do on that one. They ran hitches, and Franklin Parish is in man.
Yeah. Fourth down punt unit for the Cougars coming out after a quick 3 and out. Cougars went backwards on that play. You know, this is going to be one of those teams where you're going to have to come up with something to get the ball out of the backfield quickly. I don't know that they would be handing the ball off to Mod's going to do really a whole lot of good here tonight. It's going to have to be thrown quickly out of the backfield. And that ball is going to roll dead.
Well, Chad, we're going to have to see some things that we haven't seen. What we saw that first drive is we've seen it all year, you know, and so is Franklin, and they're game plan for that. You know, so you're going to have to throw the old out and come up with something new that they haven't seen. You know, because, you know, pound for pound, you got to give Franklin Parrish the edge.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're going to have to out-scheme him. It's not just going to be, you know, hand Ahmad the ball and watch him run.
No, you certainly not. As great of an athlete as Ahmad is, that's just not going to work here tonight. Franklin Parrish, 1st and 10, going to keep the ball on the ground, going to break 2 tackles, and going to be tackled down near the 5-yard line. Big gain there on their first carry for Franklin Parrish. Going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Chain gang's going to have to hurry up. Or at least the down marker with a 1st and goal. Same play, dancing around, running into a little traffic now near the goal line, and the far official signals touchdown for Franklin Parrish. So that was quick, Coach. 2 plays.
And you know, you can it's kind of evident. You can see the talent disparity of such a bigger school.
Yeah.
You know, the Cougars are going to have to, and you'd hope they did that previously, going back to the drawing board and giving some looks that they haven't seen. They're going to have a false start up there on, you can't see the number 37 or 27 on the Cougars.
Well, you kind of wonder if they're going to kick this, if they're going to.
I don't think Franklin Parrish feels the need to.
No, I think they're just going to keep the kicking unit out there. They'll move the ball up a little bit and try this attempt again. Or try it at all. They didn't even try it the first time to line up for it. Snap is down and that kick is up. And that kick is going to be good. So fairly quickly here, Cougars go 3 and out. Punt the ball, Franklin Parrish in 2 plays, up 7-0 here with 9:42 left here in the first quarter of play. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back here with live coverage of Cougar football here on 446 Sports.
And we're back. Thank you. Chad lets me every now and then do my radio voice. Onside kick, Jake Glass.
Jake Glass on it.
Great starting position, Chad.
Yeah, great field position. I think kind of what we were talking about a little bit earlier, they're going to have to get a little bit creative here because I don't see Franklin Parrish dialing back any of this pressure
no, not at all.
that they're bringing.
You know, you'd love to see him with a hot route read. You know, that very first play, it was 2 over 2 down to the bottom of your screen, and 3, as you can see him on your camera, came in on a cornerback blitz. My God, if he throws it to McKinney, he scores a touchdown.
He scores.
That's what I said. It's going to have to be a lot of RPO tonight. See what's there, attack what's given. You know, you're going to run into that all night with Ahmad, what we just saw.
Ahmad on no gain on 1st down.
You're going to really have to evaluate it post snap.
Yeah.
And see what they give you. because they know number one is unstoppable, so they're gonna pin their ears back. You can see it now. 3 coming in on the blitz. My good, if you throw a little hot route down there, that's what I'm saying. You can't just hand it off. You're gonna have to let Miles read it or bring in Gage, who can read it.
The ball is definitely going to have to come out of the backfield quickly. Ahmad with a short gain. Looks like he picked up about a yard. Going to bring up a 3rd down long here for the Cougars. Going to keep it on the ground with Ahmad. He's going to make one man miss, and he's going to pick up a Grant Cougar 1st down. And you see the explosiveness out of Ahmad. If he can get to the next level, I mean, he can make a man miss, but you're not going to be able to do that all night long, Coach.
And Franklin Parish, they kind of stayed back in coverage.
Yeah.
Now, they did send the house, but they didn't send that extra man in the box like they had been. And Ahmad, that just shows you how good he is.
Keep the ball on the ground again for no gain.
That's one where you're not going to be able to hesitate and dance. You're going to stick your foot and find that hole.
See Madden Blaylock coming back in. Ahmad Sykes without the Guardian cap. It almost came off on that last carry. He had to come out, take that thing off. I could see him patting his head.
2nd and 13, it looks like. Oh, just.
That's just not going to work. You can see.
That was one of those lookout blocks where you just turn around and say, "Look out!" He didn't even put a hand on him.
3rd down and long here for the Grant Cougar offense.
That's one where you're gonna have to back. You got to kind of change it up a little bit. You have to back Miles up maybe a little bit. They're pinning their ears back.
Yeah,
I don't know if that guy right there at the right guard.
And that was a pretty good play call, given the defense, what the defense showed them.
Absolutely. If you keep moving that in that direction, great job not coming across the body on the handoff, but just right there, kind of like a little insert. We hadn't seen that this year.
Have not. 4th down and 1 here for the Cougars. Early in the game, I feel like this feels like a big play here for the Cougar offense to be able to gain enough yardage and get a 1st down. And
I don't think they're going to get it. They're not.
Yeah, I can already see the official signaling a change of possession. So
we went back to the well right after. Maybe like a little toss out to Ahmad around the edge. Look, Franklin was, they're 3-on-3 at the bottom, but they're packed in tight in that box. And you and I know the Cougars haven't shown any outside run. It's there for the taking. You're just going to have to be able to draw it up.
And you would love to see that. We know the ability of Ahmad Sykes. Going to try a little jet sweep action, and he's going to have the edge. He's got one man to beat for Franklin Parish, and Miles Futrell's going to tackle him up at the Cougar 30-yard line after a big gain on that jet sweep. But as I was saying earlier before that play, Ahmad's such a dynamic player.
You'd love to see him on like a jet sweep, just like that.
Jet sweep, yeah, exactly. Getting him the ball in space.
Great job there. Little gap power.
Cougars read that one. And it looked like that might have been Javon Davis initially on the tackle.
Here comes Madden Blaylock in. Franklin Parish's offensive line, they're not very big. 55 is kind of in the shadow of Jake Glass. Cougars really going to have to just attack.
2nd down and 5. They're going to turn one loose.
They're going to throw the flag.
They're going to throw a flag on that. You've got to get your head around over there. That ball was not well thrown. Cougar defense did have an opportunity over there to make a play, but you got to get your head around. Looks like it might have been a little bit of grab over there on it. That is going to be against the Cougars.
And this is one thing that you don't see. 8 kind of grabbed McKinney.
Yeah. To try to draw the foul.
We're back. We're getting some words of wisdom from the athletic director. Great play there by Madden Blaylock in the defensive line. To
Great
step up.
play. Great play.
I think, look, I mean, you look at 55 and then look at him standing next to Jake Glass. I mean, even 50. I mean, the Cougars defensively can't compete. They're just going to have to, they're going to have to take great angles to the ball and wrap up. Little read option.
Quarterback keeping it himself.
You'd like to see 4 actually not just stand there, but come crashing down.
Crash on that play.
But he took one right on the chin.
Quarterback's not afraid to.
If you don't want to find contact, oftentimes in football, if you're doing that, it will find you.
Third down here for it. I said this earlier on the last Cougar possession, but this kind of feels like a big third down. I would think this would be 4-down territory for.
I'd like to see if Franklin would kick the field goal. They're going to try to run something out here. Good coverage by 2.
Got pressure. They're going to dump it off underneath. They're going to have a missed tackle. And he's going to get into the end zone for another Franklin Parish touchdown with 4:36 left here in the first quarter.
You can't have Jake Glass covering a wide receiver.
Jake does a
great job. Great effort.
Jake does a lot of great things, but coverage is not probably one of his strengths. There was some few good things on that defensive stand there by the Cougars, but you'd like to see a little bit more aggression. Kick is up, kick is good. So with 4:36 left here in the first quarter, Franklin Parish has opened up a 2-score lead against the Cougars. I'm curious, Coach, as they come back out. I know I got all the confidence in the world in our Cougar coaching staff, but I'd love to see something a little bit more creative.
Absolutely.
To get players like Ahmad Syke the ball in some space.
Give Miles some options, some quick reads. He's not going to have time to throw any kind of 5-10-yard routes. I'm sorry, 10, 15-yard routes. It's going to have to be quick hitters, slants, hitches, outs. Franklin Parish looks content to play man in the secondary. My God, if you swung Ahmad out there, especially when 3 comes on that blitz, and that's going to be a penalty.
That's going to be a penalty.
Why would you stand next to it?
Well, let's see what the.
Everybody walks away. It hadn't gone 10 yards, and it wasn't.
You got to get away from it.
If it slipped out of his hands, that's Franklin Parish ball.
Absolutely, it is. We're waiting to see exactly where they're going to spot it. Looks like it's going to be on the Franklin Parish side of the 50. That ball did not go 10 yards.
This is why it's critical as a child, Chad, to watch football games. We've seen some gaffes like that all season.
Cougars are very, very fortunate.
We've got 3 down here at the bottom.
Trips at the bottom, going to hand the ball off straight ahead to Ahmad Sykes, and he's going to fall forward for a decent gain on first down. Pick up about 4, close to 5 yards. 5 yards, I believe, is where they're going to spot.
We're seeing a little more inside zone.
Yeah.
From the Cougars that used to having that tight end running that gap power. Having a little more success with that. Ahmad kind of just feels out where it's going. Look, Franklin Parish they're bringing the.
Ahmad Sykes falling
he was
forward.
Down on the ground. But no, Chad. Look, we've been wanting all that all season. That little zone, and you can see Ahmad dancing around a little bit because with zone, there's no true hole. It's a look here, look there, look here. Something we kind of ran when I was here. And then it becomes on him to find the little holes. And, you've seen 2 back-to-back, pretty much 5-yard runs.
Third down and about the length of the football.
And there he goes!
He's going to break one tackle, and he's going to take that one to the house for the Cougar touchdown. You see that burst out of that young man. And
they're letting Ahmad do the work, find the hole. And like we've seen all year, he finds one hole, it's over.
It's over. I know he is a special athlete. We appreciate him here. Big run there for Ahmad Sykes, and Ahmad has taken over as the holder here for the Cougars after an injury to Miles Futrell. Ahmad has taken over his duties as holder. And Jaden Rivera kicks that one through, and so with 3:24 here in the first quarter, the Cougars have narrowed that gap between Franklin Parish, or with Franklin Parish rather. 14-7, Franklin Parish still leads. We're going to take just a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Cougar Stadium, week number 8. Grant Cougars taking over Franklin Parish. Go ahead, Coach.
No, you have to say you and I are going to rotate this.
yeah, we'll have to point to one another, right? Jaden Rivera kicking a low line drive kick.
Oh, I like that one. I like that one.
Going to be touched. Looks like he might have stepped out of bounds.
Thought he might have. That is a great tackle by Braden Sloan.
What a play by the Cougar coverage unit. Man.
And here's your opportunity, Chad, on this drive. Look, you've got them pinned deep. Step up, make a play.
Got a little momentum swing here going in favor of the Cougars. It didn't start out real well, but after a big play from Ahmad Sykes.
I thought he might have stepped out of bounds like you said.
I did too. The official was right there on it. I thought he might have stepped out, but nevertheless, he lost yardage on trying to run it.
Those are great plays that show the kids, well, we can play with them.
Yeah.
That's a great play. We just had 3 positive plays on offense that led to a touchdown. There was not one negative play on that drive. Just a great play on special teams. That's 4 great plays in a row. You start feeling a little confidence. They're going to hand it off here. Oh.
Missed tackles, and he's going to go.
And that's why you can't miss those tackles.
Got to make the tackles. Keith McKinney is trying desperately to catch him. And he will put a hand on him when he stepped into the end zone, but it was too late. Man, that's like a dagger, Coach. 257.
You had everybody there. You had 3 missed tackles that would have stopped him for a minimal gain. And missed tackles continue to be the Achilles heel of this defense. I think the scheme is there. I mean, the play was there to be made.
When
you have multiple missed tackles, it tells you the coaches are putting the kids in the right spot. They've just got to finish. And that one is in there.
So after, what was that, 95 yards perhaps?
Just about.
Just like that, after we had a little momentum swing, Cougars, after some great running from Ahmad Sykes, score for the first time tonight. Great special teams play, and then give up a big touchdown run to Franklin Parish.
That's been the story all year, Chad, of successive strings of great plays to put you in a position, and then just a gaffe. We go back, you weren't at Walsman last week, but just so many missed tackles that turned into just what you saw against Walsman, especially on 3rd downs. We're joined in the booth here by Cougar great.
Former Cougar. My son, Landry James, had played football here for the Cougars, and now coaching football now up at Neville Junior High. Glad to have him in the booth here tonight, coming back to his alma mater to cheer the Cougars on. Bod Sykes going to field that one back at about the 10-yard line, looking for some room, trying to get the edge. He's going to get the edge and going to step out of bounds up at about the 33, 34-yard line of the Cougars. Another display of Ahmad Sykes'
you can just see there, he's faster than every one of them.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, you just a play like that where he got around the edge on those two guys.
He just outran them.
And they call that the swimming run where you're trying to reach. I don't know if we got a penalty or is that where he stepped out?
He stepped out. He stepped out up here about the 33, 34-yard line. Look, I don't really like that spot, but looks like he stepped out a couple of yards.
I mean, you got some opportunities here, Chad. You got Dante Rubin. If he can get a move on the inside slant, things like that.
And they're going to throw the fade, and that ball's going to be underthrown. Fortunately, that was not picked off. We're going to have a flag on the play.
Possible. Well,
that could be offensive pass interference. We'll wait and see what the call is.
I don't know if you call that one.
I didn't see it. I don't know unless he, from our angle, perhaps maybe he pushed him in the back. I'm not real sure. We're waiting to see the call from the man in the white hat. That is indeed the call. Underthrown ball, and Dante Rubin was trying to play defensive back, but you can't push him in the back. So, gonna back that one up.
Should be a 10-yard penalty from the spot. Well, they keep going. I don't even know how many yards they just took off.
Well, I don't either, Coach.
I guess it's a 15-yarder. Wow.
That's what it looks like, 15-yard penalty. Offensive pass interference must have been the call. Second down, or first down again, and long. And that's not going to work in this kind of situation.
Not at all. We've seen that time and time again.
Coach, you're the offensive play caller. What do you call here? Because this is put them in pretty good hole.
We had a couple plays that we would call, just some a quick wide receiver screen, or even like an option. I mean, they're giving you man outside. You're gonna expect your receivers to block 1, 2, and 3. Maybe like a little short side option with Miles and Ahmad. They probably don't practice that.
Right.
But that's something where you got to go. You got to go find those plays because we're in week 8. They've seen every play you've ever run.
Yep.
You're gonna have to throw some dynamic stuff at them, unless you're just that good.
Yeah. Right.
And it's been evident that we're not quite there yet.
Not quite.
But you get everybody blocked with that outside edge rusher that they keep sending, and you pitch off of him. Because it's a numbers game.
Yep.
They're gonna run trips to the top of the screen. Franklin Parrish is gonna counter with 3 guys out there. 34. They've got 3 on 3. I might even throw one to Jayden. Well, he comes out there. So now look, you just pitch it off that outside guy at the top of your screen, defensive end. There's no one else.
Right. There's a lot of green grass there, and that one's going to go nowhere. We did the opposite of that. We did the opposite. There was quite a bit of green grass over there on the far side of the field, and that's going to bring up a third down and several bus lengths here for the Cougar offense. Now, I don't know of a whole lot of plays here that you can call in this kind of situation.
3rd and 25. I mean, I hope the play call is not chunk it up
I hope not.
Down the field.
That would be the last thing we would need is a turnover here.
They're going to send the blitz.
Blitz is coming, and he's going to be sacked.
And I think that was the call because McKinney was running down with his hand.
That's going to bring out the Cougar punting unit as we're winding down at about a minute and a half left here in the first quarter. Cougars down 21-7 here to Franklin Parrish. Franklin Parish Patriots are first place team in District 2 4A and are the number 5 ranked team in Division 2 non-select. Cougars punting from their end zone. They get that one off. A high kick, short, fielded at about the 46-yard line. Cougar coverage unit there going to break away from one tackle, and he's still going, steps out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Change of possession. Franklin Parish offense is going to be set up here in pretty good field position. It's a tough call for a Cougar defense here. That's
you're going to continue to ask your defense to stop. They couldn't stop them at 95. Now you're going to ask them to stop them at 21.
Stop them at 20.
You know, Cougar offense has to move the ball. You know, this is going to be, it's a tall task, even if they were driving down the field every possession.
Right.
There's just so much speed. That's Franklin Parish. They got 4 or 5 weapons. A little false start on the wide receiver. Matthew Cooper.
Miles Futrell! He could take that one all the way to the house.
And he will. Touchdown,
Cougar! 6 for Miles Futrell. Wow, did the Cougars need that play.
And Chasper, you know, that's where the scheme, if the kids will execute.
Yeah.
Great coverage.
Great coverage. Miles jumped that route, stepped in front of it, and he took that one all the way to the house here with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Miles Futrell, pick 6, senior safety and the quarterback here for the Cougars.
We'll see Jose. Not Jaden.
Right, that's right.
I got corrected on that last one.
Oh, did you really?
So I always thought it was Jaden.
Well, he prefers Jaden.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
okay.
He prefers Jaden. Yeah, he does. Jaden Rivera.
Kick is up and good.
Good. So with 38 seconds left here in the first quarter, Cougars close it to one score, 21-14 down to first place, Franklin Parish.
And great job. Not Miles Futrell, great job on that pick. Great job of Matthew Cooper making the block on the quarterback. You know, because it's going to be tough sledding when you can steal a play like that.
Yeah.
Great job to make the block.
Cougars, the last time we saw a little momentum swing there with Ahmad scoring. We got a great special teams play down there, pinning them deep, and they hit a home run there on about 95 yards. Would love to see these Cougars, their defense, who just made a play, come back out and continue, keep this momentum in the Cougars' favor.
You wonder if they'll try to steal a possession here. Jaden's so good at placing the ball. Oh, he's going to put that one into. Ooh. Oh, what a boneheaded move! And
that's going to be, and we talked about that, Coach, pinning them deep back here, giving your defense some breathing room here.
I'll take another pick 6 if they want to throw it.
If they want to throw it, I'll take it all day long here. 32 seconds left here in the first quarter.
I don't know if we've seen them complete a pass.
I don't think they have.
We saw the pass interference.
Pass interference.
Oh, we did see them roll out here last time, the exact same way.
Yeah.
But this time the Cougars were ready.
Cougars were ready for it. And you love to see, from the coach's perspective, you love to see that, to adapt and see those things and know that something is coming and to make the play on the ball. That was a great play for Miles Futrell. Cougars.
I think he's so adapted playing safety.
Yeah.
Same play they ran last time. We got the tackle.
Got to make the tackle, and he's going to outrun everybody again.
Well,
nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to take that one all the way to the house.
That's the second time that's happened.
You get a good kick and coverage from the special teams and pin them deep.
We're gonna roll the dice and luck out. There's a flag sitting right there at the 10-yard line.
It is. That looks like it's going to be in.
Whenever you see that sucker, you know.
It is against Franklin Parish, so they're bringing that one all the way back. But even still, we got a break there. But you don't like to. This is two times in a row here where you pin them deep with the special teams unit, and man, they run 90 yards to the house. Cougars are going to get a break. That one is coming back, holding against Franklin Parish.
You know, we got a lot of freshmen out there. We've got maybe a sophomore, Caden Duhan, 21.
Yes.
Trying to find if Javon Davis. He might be standing on the sidelines while I'm looking for him on the field. Another talented young man. Yeah, 15, I believe, is his number. Or it might be 18. 18, there he is. I see him down here. Kind of getting clear with the trainer. So many young guys getting so many opportunities. You know, the future looks bright.
Trying to get the Cougars to jump. First down and about 13, 14 here for Franklin Parish. They're going to keep the ball on the ground.
Got to
break 2 tackles. We got to make some tackles here. Breaking more tackles. Got to wrap up and hit them. Big gain there for Franklin Parish. Gets them off their goal line.
Yeah, I thought I saw a really evident block in the back there.
First down after that big run there from Franklin Parish.
And that'll probably be the last play. They did not start the clock on that play.
That one's going to wind down. That's going to be the end of one. The end of one here at Grant Cougar Stadium. Cougars down by 7, 21-14 to first place Franklin Parish. We're going to step away for just a moment, but stay with us for 446 coverage of Grant Cougar Football. Welcome back here to Cougar Stadium. Cougars down 21-14 as we open the second quarter of play, and Franklin Parish is just having their way.
And Chad, they keep running that. I'm going to see it one more time. Just that almost like a pin and pull, that guard tackle counter, and the running back is not following it through the hole. If you kind of watch, he's just bouncing it outside.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there for the Cougars because they're trying to fit.
Again, over the right side, first down run again into Cougar territory here for Franklin Parish.
And the outside linebackers are going to have to step up.
Jade Moore coming out. Substitution. Some of these younger Grant Cougars getting opportunities to play here.
Let's see, there it is. He's going to cut it back against the grain. He's got such great vision.
Excellent run there for the Franklin Parish running back. Big gain there on first down. Going to bring up second down at about 3. Ball at about the Cougar 34-yard line, 33-yard line. Kind of hard to see from our vantage point the hash marks to tell exactly where that football is at.
Should be about second and
Second three.
3.
Yeah, something like that.
They're going to run a little.
Quarterback's going to pull it, keep it himself, and that'll probably be enough for a first down. Matthew Cooper and might have been Braden Sloan in on that stop.
So far, the Cougars they're hanging on the ledge, but they're hanging.
They're hanging. I mean, they're down by a score here.
You know, one more just wild play, and we're tied. They're just going to have to figure out a way to fit.
Franklin Parish going to run it around the right side.
They're just doing such a great job on the edge, and nobody wants to tackle.
They're going to call him down just short of the goal line. First down and goal. Cougars struggling to make tackles here tonight. Franklin Parish just running all over them here tonight. First down and goal here from the 1. And hand that ball off straight ahead. Got a flag on the play.
I mean, there was 3 Cougars in that hole that were tiptoed.
We'll wait and see what the call is. Flag thrown by the near side official. I don't know if that was a false start or an offside. Nope, they're picking the flag up.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Franklin Parish. You know, the Cougars have struggled all year long here on defense. I mean, there's been times where they've come up and made some big plays, but overall they've really struggled with missed tackles.
Absolutely. You know, it's evident. I don't know if he got that one. No, he did not. It's evident that they're prepared, you know, schematically to stop the opposing offense. But like we just saw on that play, there was, and I'm not putting any names on it, but there were 3 Cougars standing in the hole, kind of walking up to it. You got to be like a man shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
You know, to stop that, and until you start, you know, kind of being a little, I said, you know, playing with reckless abandonment.
Yeah.
You're not going to make a tackle.
No, you definitely have to assert yourself in there. The Franklin Parish missing the extra point, so the score now is 27-14. You know, we've seen some things here tonight.
And Franklin Parish has given Grant every opportunity to be in
absolutely.
control of this game. Two bungled special team plays where they started inside their 10. The terrible onside kick that we did score on. The pick 6.
It's as if Grant is somewhat hanging around here on the big plays, and we you know, high short kick. Keith McKinney going to feel that one.
You know, Ruben's got to get out in front of him. There goes Keith McKinney.
He's got some room.
There goes Keith McKinney.
Keith McKinney's going to take it all the way to the house. Big play there by Keith McKinney. You know, Coach, I was just saying it's almost as if Cougars are staying in this game on the big play. We've seen the big run from Ahmad, the big pick 6 from Miles, and now we see a huge kickoff return for a touchdown.
You know, the bad
from
thing
Keith
is
McKinney.
As great as that is, you're going to ask the defense to come right back out here. You know.
Wow, what a run.
What an incredible special teams play. Man, I wish I could have coached guys like Keith McKinney on my sites. My goodness, you know.
You know, Keith made one man miss and saw that crease, and he just turned the afterburners on and took that one all the way to the house.
You know, this game is far from over, Chad, but I'm just so impressed by the Cougars' fight. And when we talk every week about, not looking at the scoreboard, but looking at the product on the field, yes, there's some deficiencies, but these kids just fight. And there is talent, and man, the future is so bright.
27-21 with 9:52. I got to tell you, Coach, this I was not expecting at this point in the game to be down 6.
Not at all.
So we're gonna step away and we're gonna take a quick break, but stay right here with us. We got a good one going here in Dry Prong here on 446 Sports. Welcome back to Grant Cougar Stadium. After a big kickoff return for a touchdown by Keith McKinney, Cougars kicking it away.
Chad, is that another special teams bundle?
Yeah,
I don't see the flag. It's kind of hard to see from this vantage point. I don't know if he touched it or not.
I'm waiting to see.
Yes. So I guess.
So that was going to come out.
I guess he just bothered to throw the flag. He just said, "Hey, we all know."
We all know he didn't bother
to
throwing it.
Cougars are going to need another. They're going to have to live on some kind of big plate. Franklin Parishman, the body language has just been we're trying to get this over with.
Yeah.
And the Cougars are battling.
Cougars are only down 6 here.
And when you leave a team that can score in a hurry, it's dangerous.
Quarterback's going to call his own number. Cougars play that one pretty well. The quarterback there fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be no gain.
And he probably shouldn't keep it at all tonight. The Cougars are fitting the inside run very well.
The struggle is on the outside.
And once they get that kind of figured out,
second down and 10 here for Franklin Parish. We've seen them be able to hit a home run, just as our Cougars have been able to hit home runs here tonight. Same play again. No one there on the outside, and
great effort by Braden
down from behind by Braden Sloan. Great effort, but not after a.
The defensive ends are going to have to step up and be a lot more physical. And as that play keeps happening, we don't have a replay booth in here.
No, we don't.
So I'm trying to watch 11 different guys. The defensive ends are going to have to step up and seal the edge. They're just getting walked through.
First down and 10. Franklin Parish is going to throw, and that one is way off target. Pass incomplete. Going to be second down and 10 here for Franklin Parish. We've seen Franklin Parish's very, very effective running game, but not so much throwing the football. But I guess if you could gash somebody that big, run the ball, that's all right.
7 is a big fella, the tight end.
Very impressive looking young man, for sure. Second down and 10.
Safety's got to come down. There's, we'll take that. Great play by Jake Glass.
Jake Glass fighting over there. He missed the tackle initially, but what it did, it slowed him down. It created an opportunity for the other guys to come up there, and then Jake jumps up and gets in on the tackle to get the young man on the ground.
It's going to take that effort in this scheme from him.
3rd down and short here for Franklin Parish.
You got to imagine they'll come. I love to do that to people, but I hate when it's done. You're like, hey, just snap the dang ball.
Yeah, just snap the ball. Bouncing it outside, and
the issue right there, the safety was flat-footed when he made contact. He was watching the play. They've got to come downhill and make these tackles.
1st down and goal here for Franklin Parish.
Heavy package coming in. And they're going to run right off 75 there.
I would think so, too.
We saw this at Wassman last week. You can't come by there and olay. You just can't do that.
Another touchdown there from Franklin Parish. 7:10 left here before halftime.
A little bit of contact courage needed.
Franklin Parish lining up for an extra point. We saw them miss one last time they scored. And that kick, it's no good. So that's 2 in a row, missed extra points. 7:10 left here in the half. Franklin Parish up 33-21 over the Grant Cougars. We're going to step away. We'll be right back with more live coverage of Grant Cougar football right here on 446 Sports.
Let me do it. And we're back at Grant Cougar Stadium. Cougars trailing 33-21. 7:10 left in the second quarter. Franklin Parish to kick off. Chad, I'm gonna let Chad do a little color commentary. Here we go.
Keith McKinney. We saw Keith take one all the way back to the house last time, but he is not going to do it this time.
Someone got their butt shoot out on the sideline. They haven't run down the field like that since the game started.
The coverage unit for Franklin Parish was all over that one. Cougar offense going to be coming back out again. It doesn't seem like we've seen the Cougar offense here a whole lot tonight, Coach. I know we've hit big plays. Special teams scored, defense has scored, the offense has scored
once, but we've been shut down every other time. We're going to see what they come up with, a low zone.
Franklin Parish plays that one well. It'll be a minimal gain there. Looks like going to pick up about a yard.
Both teams fitting the inside run very well. Franklin just adapting and running outside. We'll see if the Cougars.
Holes there initially, but Franklin Parish fills that one quickly.
I hate the way the line just kind of walks away from the play each time.
Show him picking up about a yard on that. Going to bring up third down and about 7 here for the Cougars. Now you would think this would probably be a passing situation, I don't know if they're going to go conservative here.
Coach, they got 6 linemen in. And a tight end.
Hand it all again to Mod Sykes, looking for some room. He's not going to find it. Going to bring up a 4th down. Cougars going to have to punt this ball. I've been waiting all year, Coach. It looks like the offense is staying on the field. I believe I would kick this one away, Coach, especially on the wrong end of the wrong side of the 50 here.
Well, when you think about it, you haven't stopped them.
You haven't stopped them, no.
You know.
This is a 4th and short.
I hope they're not, and they are, running the same. Well, that's just Ahmad Sykes.
Ahmad Sykes, and that's going to be a horse collar on the end of that. Should be no flag on that play. No flag on that play. Wow.
I mean, that's for the safety of the kids. That's inexcusable.
Man, you got to call that. Ahmad's coming out after that horse collar tackle on him that wasn't called. He's going to come out and after the 1st down, nice run there by Ahmad. And that one's going to go nowhere.
I don't know.
Be fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage with that one.
You know, I don't know what you're looking at. I see the post daily. Don't criticize the officials, and it's a hard job, and
that was pretty blatant.
Yeah, you can't. It gets to the point where sometimes they mess up.
Yeah.
And that in that case, we saw that just very violent horse collar tackle
right in front of us.
So much so that they've had to take Ahmad out the game right now.
Ahmad's coming back in here for this 3rd down. Going to be 3rd down and long. Well, I've been waiting all night to see Ahmad get the ball in space. Or even Keith McKinney. We know how explosive Keith can be. And they're going to throw it out here to Keith. And he's not going to have enough for a 1st down. He's going to be out 50-yard line.
It's a good little quick hitter, though, Chad. You can't. I don't know if you want to call that on. Well, they're playing to the 4 downs.
Yeah, they're definitely playing 4-down football here.
Maybe that's something you throw on 2nd.
4th down and about 3. Big call here for the Cougars. We saw them go for it on 4th down earlier and get the conversion. Clock winding down near 3 minutes left before halftime. Cougars down 33-21. First place Franklin Parish, and Coach Felton's going to call a timeout and talk about it a little bit. So,
if I'm Coach Felton, I want to go talk to the white hat.
Yeah, I would have to have a.
How do you not protect our kids right there?
That was tough. 3:07 left before halftime. Cougars down 33-21 to first place Franklin Parish. We're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be right back with more live coverage of Grant Cougar football here on 446 Sports. Welcome back here to Grant Cougar Stadium. Week number 8. Cougars taking on the first place Franklin Parish Patriots. Down 33-21 on a big fourth down.
I mean, there's just no imagination to that.
And they are going to be stuffed and going to turn the ball over on
sometimes
downs.
you say, well, the way we're fitting to this, it should be there. But we're 3 minutes in the second quarter, and it has not been there.
No, it has not been there.
However you think they're fitting it,
Right.
they're stopping it.
Yeah.
And,
Cougars rolling the dice there. The defense has struggled to come up with stops here tonight, so we saw the Cougars on that last offensive possession go for it on fourth down, get the line to gain, get a first down, and try it again, and it just did not work. Ball spotted at midfield here. First down and 10 for Franklin Parish. Hand the ball off on the left side. One missed tackle. A couple of Cougars rally to the ball, do make the tackle, but not after a big gain and a first down for Franklin Parish. Franklin Parish is going to get the ball, Coach, to start the second half. So I'm sure they're hungry, wanting to score here with about 2.5 left here. Score and get the ball open. 2 missed tackles. And
that's what we talked about, McKinney's just standing there. You got to come downhill. They're going to give it to you. They are going to give it to you.
Another first down run. 2:24 in a running clock here in the second quarter. Franklin Parish is driving. They will receive the second half kickoff.
They run the same play 3 times.
Same play, got one man to beat it. He does beat him and walk into the end zone for another Franklin Parish touchdown with 2:08. Well, that's a difficult situation to put yourself in.
They're going to go for 2. They can't. They struggled on the field, extra point.
They will be going for 2.
And they're playing now for the running clock.
Heavy set, missed tackle, and he's going to go in for a touchdown. Sorry, not a touchdown, but 2-point conversion.
Come in and tackle. You're right there. You can't be afraid.
2:08 left before halftime, and just that quick, Franklin Parish has opened up a 20-point lead, 41-21 over the Cougars. We'll step away and we'll be right back with more live coverage of Grant Cougar Football here on 446 Sports. Welcome back to Grant Cougar Stadium. Got a couple of minutes left here before halftime. Cougars that quickly were within 6 of tying Franklin Parish. We're now down 20, 41-21. Looking for a little room there, Keith McKinney, and I don't think he's gonna. After the special teams unit for Franklin Parish gave up a touchdown on the kickoff, it's just not there. I'm like you, Coach. I think they got a little tuning up, as they call it on the opposing sideline.
And a little wake up call that there's some home run hitters on this team. If they keep lackadaisically moving through the game. We've seen them really wake up here in this latter part of the second quarter.
Cougar offense taking the field. All up at about the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. And Miles is going to keep it himself and get nowhere. Going to lose about a yard on the play. Going to bring up second down and 11.
If you're the Cougars and you want to stay in this game, you have to come down and score.
Yeah.
If you're just content to run the half, then you're content to run the game.
Minute and a half left here before halftime. Second down 11.
Got a score update, Chad. Tioga up 28-0 over Peabody in the second quarter.
28-0. Cup district game within the district. That pass is going to fall incomplete to Jaden Moore. Third down and 11.
You'll have to bear with me. I'll try to get us a few more scores.
Franklin Parish bringing some pressure, and Miles just chunks that one away. I believe he might have got out of the tackle box before he threw that one away.
In the second quarter, Wassman and West Washita are tied at 7.
No district game.
Yes, sir.
We have West Washita next week. Cougar punting unit is going to come out, and with the way Franklin Parish offense has been hitting home runs here, they got a minute left, and they're going to get the ball to open the second half.
The big one up in Ruston. Ruston leads Ash 21-10.
21-10. Ash, another one, and Tioga as well, but Ash, one of our 446 sports teams. That's a big game. Mishandled the snap. Ball is on the turf. It's a low snap.
It wouldn't matter if they recovered. It was fourth down.
It was fourth down. So
another score update for one of our 446 partners. Turlings Catholic leads East Ascension 28-14 in the second quarter. Of course, Chad, your Chiefs lost last night.
Well, you didn't even have to bring that up, Coach.
And there was a good one out up there in Oak Grove, 13-6 over Faraday.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well, Franklin Parish has been gifted an opportunity here with a minute left here before halftime. Ball is at the 15-yard line. They are going to get the ball to open the second half, so they have an opportunity here to at least go up by another score. They're going to throw that one out in the flat. The Cougars played it well, but you got to wrap up and get the young man on the ground. Never did get him on the ground. Finally forced him out of bounds. They're going to lose about 3 yards on that play, bring up second down. 51 seconds left here before halftime.
Another 446 partner, Holy Savior Menard, tied with Kinder, 24-24 in the second quarter.
Good ball game.
I'll try to find a few more of our partner schools.
Franklin Parish looking to the sideline, see if they want to change the play.
I think it's been their bread and butter play. That
it has.
And he's going to
cut it back.
He's going to get down to the 1.
Down to the 1 yard line, 44 seconds left.
Buckeye trails Caldwell in the second, 7-0.
Probably going to see that heavy package here from Franklin Parish again. They're in no hurry here. 37 seconds left. And that is exactly what we're going to see. Heavy package. And the ball off, and that's going to be another Franklin Parish touchdown here with 20 seconds left in the half. That's going to be a false start against Franklin Parish, so they're going to back that one up 5 yards, 20 seconds left before halftime. They'll take those 6 points off the scoreboard and back it up 5 yards and play again.
Another one, St. Mary's Catholic up 14-6 on LaSalle. I'll see if I can get us a Montgomery Tiger update. They're at Logan Sports tonight.
Montgomery Tigers across the parish here from Dry Prong.
And they're going to come back with the same play, Chad. And there's Matthew
Same
Cooper.
play.
He's just got to. Oh, he gets the tackle.
He does get the tackle. And you're probably going to, there's another flag on the far sideline over there. False start again against Franklin Parish.
The tough thing about those, Chad, you cannot decline them.
No, you can't.
That's a pre-snap ball. It's procedural. Grant could have picked up a fumble and ran it 100 yards, and they'd have to give it right back.
Yeah, that's right. What do they call it? A dead ball foul?
Correct.
They'll back that one up. 12 seconds left, and Grant is going to, if they are fortunate enough to hold Franklin Parish out of the end zone, that will be a win. Clock will start on the snap, and they're going to hand that one off. Missed tackle, and he's going to just drive the safety back into the end zone with 6 seconds. False start again, procedure again, so they'll take that one off the scoreboard with 6 seconds left. Wow.
Either they don't want them to score, or some young man is just, he's not figuring it out.
I don't know what the procedure is. I don't know if he's jumping the gun or apparently that's what it is. But
in the second quarter, Chad, Logan Sport up over Montgomery 6-0. So still a tight ball game there. Cougars would love for Montgomery to win.
Yes, absolutely, because that helps Cougars in power points. Going to keep it on the ground again.
And he's going to be brought down and held out of the, well, they're going to call it.
And that'll do it for the first half, I think. No, I believe the official's going to put 1 second back on the clock. 2 seconds back on the clock. Franklin Parish did get a timeout in before time expired, so from the Cougars' perspective, we were wanting to see that clock run out on this half, because Franklin Parish will be getting the football. I know I've said that before. Will be getting the football to open the second half, as is with every Friday night. Lots of football going on all around the state. Our 446 sports teams are playing all over the place.
There's not a better place you can watch a game than 446 Sports. I mean, everybody's got a phone. You can log into YouTube. You can stream the games for free. You got, for the most part, you got great announcing and color commentary.
Great camera work, too.
Great camera work.
Alan Simmons over there.
We even put the score on in the little graphic.
Yeah.
I mean, look, it's first class.
First class.
You know, some other schools try to charge you.
Right.
And then some, you know, it's a mom in the stands on Facebook.
Last play of the half here, Cougar defense.
Touchdown.
And he got him. Big tight end was wide open. And he's going to go in for a touchdown as time expires on the half. That's the last thing we needed to happen. The Franklin Parish has not thrown the football here much, but they do connect for a touchdown at the end of the second half, or first half rather. Franklin Parish lining up for the, they're going to go for two here.
And Ash is going into halftime, Chad. 24-21 up over Ruston.
24-21.
So they have clawed back from 21-3 down.
Wow.
I'm sure Doug is dancing in the press box as he calls that game.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first half of play here. Cougars not long ago were within 6, but Franklin Parish really slammed that one shut here, down 49-21 to Franklin Parish, and Franklin Parish will get the ball to open the second half. And so that'll do it for one half of play. We'll be back here in a few minutes to bring you the second half and perhaps a few more scores. But keep it right here on 446 Sports coverage of Grant Cougar Football.
And we're back, nestled in the southern approaches of the Kisatchie National Forest. Your Grant Cougars are ready to kick off this second half, trailing Franklin Parish 49-21. I'm Coach Thomas Ward, alongside my partner who lets me just have a good time with these introductions, Chad James. Chad, I'm going to kick it back to you.
Thank you, Coach. Coach, last week I was not able to be on the broadcast, and Coach had it all to himself.
I had to come up with stuff like that.
Cougars are kicking it away here to open the second half. Franklin Parish fielding it, short kick. And he's got the kicker to beat. He's going to do it. He's going to take that one all the way to the house. Franklin Parish, what a way to open up the second half. Take one all the way to the back, all the way to the house.
I would onside kick it the rest of the night.
Yeah, well, you know, Jaden is
phenomenal
great
at
kicker,
it.
and that might have been the to kick it short, you know. But that didn't work out very well. Franklin Parish takes that one all the way to the house. Cougar offense will be coming out here momentarily. You know, there's not a whole lot you can talk about on that play. He saw the crease and turned the jets on, brought that one all the way back.
You know, and for the first time, especially on that, when you're starting to see, you know, the kids a couple kids turn it off. You know, you talk about turning it on. There were some people that were turned off on that one. You don't want to see that. You know, you want to see the Cougars persevere and fight through this game and the next two after.
56-21. Wasn't expecting to come back that quick. You know, we're down 35 points here. LHSAA rule is if you get down 42, they do run the clock. The clock does not stop.
So one more score from Franklin, and that will be the case.
We weren't expecting them to score quite that quick when they came back, but they did. And we have shown the ability to run one back ourselves. So we'll see what happens.
And kudos to Franklin, Chad. The Cougars got this to within 6.
Yeah, not long ago.
And the Patriots have just turned it to a different level. It's going to be end over end by Ruben. I would
Dante Rubin looking for somewhere to go, and he's going to be plastered at about the 21-yard line. You can kind of see a little bit of frustration. I'm telling you, this you talking about turning it up a notch. This Franklin Parish Patriot team, I don't know that they were expecting the Cougars to be that close with them early, and they've really turned it on here. At the end of the second quarter, and obviously here opening the second half.
And kudos to the Cougars. You know, they refuse to lay down. But my good, look at 7 at middle linebacker.
Oh, he's an impressive young man, that is for sure. Hand the ball off straight ahead to Ahmad Sykes, and he's going to get 1 yard, 2 yards on that play.
You know, Chad, that's a frustrating thing. We've seen that. You know, look, it's a tall order to come back down 35, but you know, it's your job to attempt. You know, that play just hadn't been there all night. That's a great play right there. I like that.
Keith
play.
McKinney makes a man miss. Cougars went a little tempo there. I do like that play. Going to be 3rd down and short here for the Cougars, and they are coming back to the line of the scrimmage quickly. So Cougars showed a little tempo.
And that's what we've been looking for, Chad. I mean, you know, just little quick hitters.
Unfortunately, we're down 35. I'd like to get them to jump. Moving some people around. Miles is going to call his own number, and that
hasn't worked all night.
That does not work. That hadn't worked all night, Coach.
Just gonna lose. Go for it.
Yeah, going to lose some yardage here, and Cougar offense is going to stay on the field after the loss of yardage. It'll be 4th down and 5. Timeout.
You know, you want to try to score to keep the game going.
No, they opted to send the punting unit out rather than go timeout. Play clock's down about 20 seconds.
You know, conventional wisdom, you punt to play the field position, but you're down by 5 scores. You know, the field position's kind of irrelevant.
That kick's going to go out of bounds. You know, you wonder, of course, we're playing some X's and O's here, and we're up here in the booth, but, you know, those plays like that, you know, you got a 3rd down, it's short. You know, you think of a player of caliber of Ahmad Sykes, and
you want to get him.
You want to get him the ball. You want to see him with the football, and that's not a slight to Miles at all. Miles
is not Ahmad Sykes.
He's not Ahmad Sykes.
I mean, you know, a play like that, what we saw with Miles, that's a 1st, 2nd down play.
Right.
See if we can catch you. You know, committing to stopping us giving the ball to Ahmad. You know.
1st down and 10 from midfield. And we got flags flying everywhere. See the Cougars pointing to the Franklin Parish side of the line of scrimmage, and it is going to be a false start.
About the 8th one today.
Yeah, they've had quite a few of those here tonight.
You know, Chad, getting to watch Franklin Parish, of course, they're in the top of 4A. They've got a big one next week with our 446 broadcast partner, Tioga. We got to see
that'll
Tioga.
be a big game.
We got to see them in the Jamboree, and we've kind of followed their record along. That one's going to be big. Oh, I love that play design. He's gone.
He's gone.
And 1 point away from the running clock.
This extra point that'll be coming up here from Franklin Parish will make it 42.
I love that play design.
He was wide open.
They went to the swing to bring the safety over, and a little delayed, just almost like a go, just a little bend, wide open. Everyone came down on the swing route, which they set up earlier, throwing the swing a couple drives earlier.
Right.
As a play caller, you're calling stuff to
set up other
later.
things. Yeah. 62-21. And that kick is good, and so that'll make it 63-21. That'll be 42, and from here on out, it will be a running clock. I know I keep saying this for our listeners, but it wasn't that long ago we were only down 6. And this Franklin Parish team, hey, look, all credit goes to them, those kids. I mean, they're ranked number 5 Division II non-select in the state for a reason. And they've shown us that reason here tonight.
You know, they've got young men committed to LSU, Michigan State, Texas State. I believe one of their running backs was offered by Alabama here recently in the last week. And you know, they came out lackadaisical. The Cougars kept it in there, but they have, since that kickoff return, the flip has switched on.
Yeah, absolutely it has.
You know, but the Cougars have had ample opportunities all night.
Going to kick that one deep to Ahmad Sykes. He's not going to have a whole lot of room. Blocking just was not set up.
You know, I hate the way we see a lot of these kids just stand around and watch the play. You know, you see it on offense and just right there, you know, you see Ahmad trying to make something happen and you're watching.
He had some room. Just had the blocking been there, he might have been able to get a good return out of that, but it just was not there.
You know, you play through the whistle, and if the whistle hadn't blown, why are you standing around?
1st down and 10 here for the Cougars. Down 63-21 to the Franklin Parish Patriots. You know, looking ahead, talking about that game between Franklin Parish and Tioga, that should be a
barn burner.
Yeah. And Ahmad's going to lose yardage on that play.
You know, you can't be frustrated at anybody on that. There's 8 men in the box.
Yeah, that's running against an 8-man box that's not a recipe for success.
Now they're going to bring another offensive lineman. All that does is bring a 9th man into the box, as you can clearly see on your screen. There's 9 men in the box. You know, well, you get 2 safeties, but they're.
That ball's going to be short and incomplete.
Just a terrible throw. I like the play call. It was there. You know, I think most quarterbacks are told not to throw it while you're running backwards.
Yeah, what is the you don't throw off your back foot. You got to drive that throw.
3rd and 12.
Clock is running here for the rest of the game. 8 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to be tackled and lose another couple of yards. Going to bring up 4th down. And the punting unit is coming back on.
You know, I don't know why you call a 2-man route on a 3rd and 12, especially when you haven't been able to protect.
Tomorrow morning, Coach, they have a 446Sports has got a wonderful show called the Red River Roundup. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know if I've seen that.
Marshall Leffler, yeah. Do a little recap on all the high school football from around.
I don't know if we'll want to recap this game.
I don't know, but there are some good games going on tonight. A lot of our 446 sports teams are playing tonight.
I'm going to start trying to see if I can get some scores here.
We'll definitely try to get y'all some updates on that. But that'll be on at 8 o'clock in the morning on YouTube TV, 446 Sports, the Red River Roundup with Marshall Leffler.
We've got Ash up 27-21 on Ruston. In the 3rd quarter, Ruston looking about to punt, so this game might flip quickly.
You know, that's a battle of some powerhouses there in the state of Louisiana. 5A football with Ash and Ruston both. Both teams actually are always right there competing to go play that final game in the Dome. Coming out, throwing the ball was high, juggled, and it's going to be incomplete there on 1st down.
Buckeye down. Well, hold on. Let me fast forward it, Chad. Buckeye down 13-0 to Caldwell. As I try to get through some of our partners.
Caldwell will be dropping, I believe, if I remember correctly, to 2A.
That is correct. Kinder and Menard still tied at 24 in the 3rd. See what those Indians are doing. They were 49-6 on the War Horses in the 4th quarter. That clock is running. Boy, I tell you, this week was Ash and Ruston. Next week, Tioga and Franklin Parish.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like the old boxing. You know,
heavyweights.
Just heavy. You know, when you had Ali, Frazier, and Foreman.
Ali, Frazier, yeah.
Each time be a different. The 3 of them, some combination of the 2 or 3.
Jet sweep. Big gain from Franklin Parish. They appear to have a young man that's injured, and so we are going to step away here for just a moment. Cougars down 63-21 with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and we'll be back in just a second. Welcome back to Cougar Stadium. Grant Cougars trailing by 42 to the Franklin Parish Patriots. After a jet sweep, Franklin Parish got first down and going to have a lot of room there. Another big run there from Franklin Parish. Young man loses his helmet. We do have a flag on the play. Young man pops up. That's good to see. That's never a good thing to see a helmet come off. We'll wait and see what the call is. Face mask. That's going to be a face mask against the Cougars, and apparently it was the young man that lost his helmet. False start against Franklin Parish. So that one, personal foul, face mask against the Cougars. All set. We're going to replay the down.
That's the gentleman who missed the horse collar earlier.
He caught that one.
You know. Sometimes they do it to themselves.
Yeah.
It's not me or you or mama in the stand.
Right. They've got the clock stopped. First down and 10 after the offsetting penalties. I'm going to run it straight ahead, and tackle's going to be made just across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Second down to short coming up. Appears that Franklin Parish is.
Kenny better hurry off the field.
Hand the ball off, and going to be tackled, but not after he does get past the line to gain.
You know, we're about a 75% tackling team.
Yeah.
We wrap up about 75% of the time and lose them.
Yeah, right.
You know, Jay Glass almost had him for a loss, and then
looks like Franklin Parish may have substituted some of their skill players in, bringing in some of the younger players, giving them an opportunity to play, get some reps. You know, Franklin Parish is one of those teams that, you know, could very well be playing deep into the playoffs.
I think they're one of the main contenders, Chad. And just to point out the absurdity, I guess, of the districts and classifications. They're ranked 5 in Division II Select, whereas Tioga is ranked, I think, 5 in Division I Select.
Yeah, isn't that strange the way that's
so they could be playing for a 4A district crown.
Right.
And Tioga will go to the 5A playoffs, and Franklin will play in 4A.
Right.
So you take a team like Tioga, who could be one of their, chief adversaries, I guess, to getting to the Dome. They don't even play in the same classification.
Right. They don't even play.
Oh, goodness gracious!
Mishandled snap. Cougars are there. Franklin Parish does fall on it. We'll lose some yards on the play. Clock is running down. 2.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Franklin Parish certainly is not in any big hurry, being up 42 points here with the clock running tonight. Second down. Franklin Parish is going to have trips at the bottom of the screen. Haven't really thrown the ball.
Here comes a deep one. Way to get your head around. Great job.
Looks like we're going to have an
interception. Oh, goodness.
They've ruled that a touchdown. Well, we're not on top of the play. We don't have a camera angle over there, but I thought for certain he'd pick that ball off. And we know Keith McKinney stood up with the football, but they've ruled it a touchdown. Coach Jarvis Felton going out there to have a chat with the official. They have stopped the clock. Our Coach Felton. What do you think there, Coach?
It's think it's just not the call. It's just not the call, and
You can see the disappointment on head coach Jarvis Felt and officials coming back to talk a little bit.
That guy's had I'll say this, that guy at the top of the screen, he's had a tough night.
He has.
He'll watch some film and get him
corrected. Those guys watch film just like
I don't know if they watch the film, but I believe others do, and playoff assignments come off of that.
Extra point is good. So as the third quarter is winding down, Franklin Parish extends their lead 70-21 over the Cougars. A little bit of controversy on that last play. I thought it was an interception, but apparently not. We're going to step away for just a moment, and we'll be right back with more coverage of the fourth quarter of this football game in just a moment. Welcome back to Dry Prong, Louisiana, as we get ready in the waning seconds here of the third quarter. Franklin Parish touchdown pass, going up 70-21 over the Cougars. And Dante Rubin running laterally across the field.
Somehow he's fielded more kickoffs than anybody, and by design, I don't know why we haven't corrected that.
That's the end of three. Cougars down 70-21. Franklin Parish. Been a tough night here for the Cougars. They stayed in it on big plays. We saw it all night, but just struggling really to come up with. Obviously by the score, struggling to make a stop on defense, but just to come up with something just a little bit more creative on offense. Just struggling here tonight.
We'll see what they can do. Maybe perhaps try to find some positives to end this game.
Cougar offense trotting back out on the field. We have noticed Franklin Parish have substituted
the entire defense.
Yeah, the entire defense is now some of the younger players there from Franklin Parish.
Mamad might take 180 yards on these.
He might add to his touchdown total, which is what is it now, Coach? 30 touchdowns.
All rushing. I'm still in shock over the interception. They both went up for it. They both caught it. They both came down, and as they came down, Keith ripped it out of his hands and immediately popped up with the ball. And that's an explanation I'm sure Coach Felton will get to us
Tuesday.
What a lot of people don't realize is a lot of head coaches will get calls on Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday of, hey, we messed that up.
Yeah.
You don't understand how much that happened.
Good gain on first down from Odd, running just straight up the middle.
I'm going to have a timeout by Franklin.
Franklin Parish, you can tell, got a lot of the younger players in there.
I'm sure they don't want to give up a touchdown, but
no. 11:25 left in the ball game. Cougars down 70-21 to first place Franklin Parish. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us here on 446 Sports. Welcome back. Grant Cougar Stadium. Ball is going to fall incomplete. Cougars are looking for a flag, but they're not going to get one. Intended target was tight end Jaden Moore.
He was held by number 21 for Franklin, and that's just where the frustration will mount.
Yeah.
You know. And not that
that's not going to make a difference in the game, but
you know,
you do like that.
You don't want to see the officials to say, "Well, it's over. Let's just get out of here." Call the game. You're getting paid.
Mod Sykes
had
score. One man to beat, and he's going to go all the way to the house. Mod Sykes. Big run by Mod, adding to his rushing touchdown numbers. 10 minutes left here in this ball game. You know, you like to see that for the young man, but at the same time, you know, it's when you're down by this much, it's
a positive, and Jaden puts it through.
And after the extra point, Cougars now down 70-28. Down by 42. We saw, you know, we were talking a little bit earlier during the break. We saw Gage Hosini taking reps throwing the football on the sideline. And wondering if we're going to get to see him come in and.
Man, he can spin that thing and run this offense. You know, you're going to have to get him ready for.
Oh, absolutely.
For next year, you know, and in a situation like this, you know.
Just let him run the offense.
Just let him run the offense and get him quality reps. I mean, you know, you're not going to play You're not going to play a team the caliber of Franklin Parish very often. You know, like we talked about earlier. You know, it's probably the last time they'll play the Patriots for some time, unless they move back up. You know, what an opportunity for him to throw the ball against some of these kids.
Jaden Rivera lining up to kick it away. 8.5 minutes left in this ball game. And he's going to kick that one deep.
He's got an angle around the edge. I think he's gone.
He's going to go all the way to the house. Jaden can't catch him, and he's not going to catch him.
Well, we'll get to see Gage come in with about 8 minutes left. We'll be excited to see that. I mean,
yeah, that young man had a hit of steam. He took that one all the way to the house.
So we get an update on a couple of these games. Ash up 34. It looks like it'll be 34-28 here in just a second.
How much time is left in that game, Coach?
It just says third quarter. You know, Doug's going to do a better job of keeping up the time for us. Yes, 34-28. Trojans still lead up in Ruston.
7 minutes left here in Dry Prong. They haven't changed the scoreboard, but that should be 77-28. Franklin Parish increases their lead.
Menard down to Kinder now, 30-24. Our buddy Nick should be down there.
Our good buddy Nick, our producer on Tuesday nights for the Grant Cougar Coaches Show. Want to thank our great cameraman here tonight, Mr. Alan Simmons.
Turling's dominant victory right now. Well, I call it victory, but it's in the third, 57-21.
Yeah, that one's without a miracle, I believe.
Barring I'm gonna see if you can pick up the reference. Barring a Houston Oilers collapse in Buffalo.
I do remember that game.
I think that was before Landry's time.
Houston Oilers
Up 35-3 at Buffalo.
Yeah,
in the
Buffalo
second
came
half.
back and won that game and set in motion their Super Bowl appearances. Whistles are blowing. Ahmad runs into a bunch of traffic.
Very questionable job protecting the kids tonight. Should have been a flag right there. When the official starts that multi-blow,
Yeah.
and they still just sling them to the ground.
Ahmad had a pretty nasty tackle
Last week at the end,
What did you call it? A German suplex?
I mean, he caught him from behind, picked him up over his head, and slammed him back down. Now there was a flag, but
Yeah.
and he's going to come out of the game.
He's coming out, but Gage Hosseini is in at quarterback for the Cougars. Under 5 minutes left in this game. It's been all Franklin Parish Patriots tonight. Going to be good to see the young man.
I hope they let him
A few reps. And he's got pressure. He's going to pull it down, run it himself, and he's going to be tackled. Got a nice gain. Gage looking to throw the ball, but it just wasn't there. Pulls it down, runs it himself. Going to be about second down, and looks like they're going to give him enough for a first down after the scramble. Coming back out, letting Gage run the offense. Cougars plowing ahead up near the 40-yard line. I see Ahmad on the sideline. That was kind of a rough throwdown earlier. I don't know that I would play Ahmad anymore in this one.
Well, there seems to be every week. I think for a while now, a couple things. I don't want to call them cheap shots, but I might. I don't know. We seem to be running 3 verticals down here. I don't know what you want from the kid in man coverage. Unless you just want him to sling it up there. I'd like to see like a post out.
Just get the ball out quick and let your athlete make a play.
We've just seen 3 straight verticals. Brings up third. Is that third and about 9?
Third and about 9. 3 minutes left in this game. They're just going to hand the ball off to Ahmad Sykes.
And he's going to score another touchdown.
And he's going to run away from everybody and score another touchdown for the Grant Cougars.
That is 32 on the year, Chef.
32 touchdowns for that young man.
And he's barking on 2,000 yards. All still on MVP?
I would think so. I mean, he would definitely get my vote.
I'm sure he'll be first team.
Oh,
if
absolutely.
not, I'm going to have a conversation with some of those people.
Absolutely.
And he scored a touchdown earlier on about a 30-yard run against the starting defense.
Yeah.
Probably had about 60, 70 yards on the starting defense. Most impressive part is it seems to come out of one play.
Yeah.
Just a great effort by him.
He is a tremendous athlete, special athlete, for sure.
What does that put him at, about 200 yards tonight?
He's right there at it. 3 touchdowns.
The Grant statistician is next door. I'm going to ask her when we'll leave. We'll have it for the show on Tuesday.
That kick is up and it's good. So with 2 minutes left, Cougars cut into the lead a little bit, down 76-35 here to Franklin Parish.
And tomorrow right in there, the LC Wildcats are playing right now.
Are they playing? That's probably where
You know,
Doug's at.
well, no, I think he's at Ash.
Is he at Ash? Okay.
Now, I went and get our equipment this morning. He had his Ash polo on. He was fired up.
He was ready to go.
But he said we've got a multitude of games. In the fourth quarter, LCU leads Texas College 12-7. Well, okay, I'm an alumni. I have a master's degree from Louisiana College. I got my claws up all the time.
There you
for
go.
the Cats. They got some great kids that I got to coach at Ash playing there. There's some coaches that I coached with coaching there.
We've got a senior that graduated last year from Grant.
I think you have several. Isaiah McKinney.
Gavin
Borland.
Yep.
I think that's it. I think Cortland Eli.
Is Cortland Eli with it?
Yes, I believe those are the three that are still a part of it. Check in on some of these other scores.
We're down under a minute with this running clock. Cougar coverage team is there. Ball's going to be spotted at the 30-yard line.
I think that's going to be the game, Chad. They're lining up on the 50.
Yeah, I believe that's going to do it here tonight. Franklin Parish is lining up on the 50. Cougars have yet to line up there. I do see some direction for them to go line up. And that's going to do it here in Dry Prong, Louisiana. District 2 4A contest between your Grant Cougars and the Franklin Parish Patriots. It's all Franklin Parish here tonight, 76-35 over the Cougars. And we'll start looking ahead to West Ouachita. The Cougars will be on the road next week to go play West Ouachita. And then we'll close out the season here at home against Tioga Indians. Folks from down the road. We are glad you joined us here tonight. Be sure and join the Red River Roundup in the morning at 8 o'clock with Marshall Leffler. Another 446 recap show. And be sure and join us on Tuesday nights for the Grant Cougars Coaches Show, coming to you live every night at Route 22. Coach, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, if you're on 446 Sports now with us, jump over Ash and Ruston in the fourth quarter. The Trojans threatening to score and bust the game wide open in the fourth.
Wow.
Of 34-28.
Wow.
Stay with us on 446.
Yes.
In some form or fashion. But
tune into that one.
I thought the Cougars had every opportunity tonight, Chad. There is talent disparity, in terms of total.
Yeah.
I think the best athlete on the field was Ahmad Sykes.
Still Ahmad Sykes.
But you got an A+, and then they've got about
Several.
2 dozen A-, if you want to call them that. It was hard to come, but they gave the Cougars every opportunity in the beginning.
Yeah.
The story will continue to be the offensive production at times and missed tackling. If we could ever correct those two issues,
yeah.
We the sky's the limit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll talk about that again on
Tuesday
with Coach Felton. We've got 2 more.
2 more to go. Well, final again here tonight. Franklin Parish Patriots 76. Your Grant Cougars 35. And for our wonderful cameraman, Mr. Alan Simmons, for the coach, Thomas Laborde, I'm Chad James. We're going to say so long. But we do want to, even in spite of this, Coach, 76-35
We want to say,
Go Cougars.